I'm John Essey. I'm the CEO of SAISC Steel Fabrication, and we do structural steelwork. When we were asked to get on board, I was initially a little bit skeptical due to the complexity of the project, but we viewed it as a unique challenge going up to the Delta. It was our first time working in the Delta, and particularly having the opportunity to work with the team that was involved in it, the detailers, the engineers, the architect, and the client. We couldn't say no. The structural framing, the most important thing we need to keep in mind is that there are numerous buildings involved here. Each building had its particular and own characteristics, the type of steelwork that went into it, and the design. So I think the biggest challenge for us was, as we started working on the project, different components of the project by building took different detailing time, different engineering time, architectural time, and most importantly, the time in the workshop that it took. The programming of this job was of paramount importance to ensure that the scheduling of what gets done when was done correctly. Normally in structural steelwork, we like straight lines and we like triangles. That wasn't the case in this project. Most of the steelwork was tubular. Most of the steelwork had radiuses or different degrees that they had to be cut to. So to ensure that all of it fitted together properly was the biggest challenge by far. The erection on site, we managed to get 2 rough terrain cranes on site. That was the machinery that did the heavy lifting. However, most of the steel was lifted by hand with using the cranes just to get into position. Working on site in the Delta has its own challenges, particularly from an environmental point of view, which we were very, very cognizant of. And our initial brief was that minimal damage must be done to the Delta, which we stuck to that. For instance, there were trees in the way that we had to work around, get redesigns done, workarounds done, and we stuck to that. When you look at a project like this, the steel that was used will last 30 to 50 years as opposed to a timber type structure, minimum, even longer than that. So that minimizes the time that you need to change the actual lodge itself. You do have to change these every 10 to 20 years apparently, but the longevity of the steelwork minimizes the impact on the environment, which obviously, as I mentioned, was a concern to the whole team. That we managed to get it completed on time, and seeing the upskilling in our workshop, the type of work that we can now take on